that's gonna straighten out. That's gonna stop you, number one, is having this leg stop your momentum. The second one is actually counterintuitive. Every single time, you're gonna be taking the same approach. You don't wanna be too steep this way or too steep this way. Connor, thank you so much for your question. Today we're gonna talk about how to stay back on the ball. I wanna break this up into two parts. The first part is actually after you get all this momentum from your load, right? You're up here, you're, whatever you have, a leg kick, you're back here and you go forward. So this is where you start to drift. The number one thing is make sure you don't stride too narrow right here because you're naturally gonna leak some of that energy forward. So you wanna stride in an athletic stance. So as we go forward, what we wanna do is land on this foot. A lot of people call it having their heels on the ground. They want it in the back so they're driving force forward, but also having this foot solidly planted to stop you from going forward. A lot of people land with a really, really bent knee here, which is totally fine. You land with a bent knee, and then as you start to turn, it straightens and you hit against this front side. But you wanna stop that forward momentum by making sure you stride in the right place, and as your momentum comes forward, that's gonna straighten out. That's gonna stop you, number one, is having this leg stop your momentum. The second one is actually counterintuitive. You wanna start way earlier. So if you start really late, right? If the pitcher starts to throw and you start late, what you're gonna do is speed up to try to go get that baseball to make up for not being early. So what you wanna do is really start early. You'll see every big leaguer do this. They're gonna start early. As the pitcher's winding up, you'll see they're so slow and controlled and they gather into this back hip, slow and controlled, and as they start the swing, they're here, so they're not rushing it. Once you start to rush, you're like, oh, I gotta go hit that ball, then you start to get on this front side, you try to go get balls, that's when you roll it over, that's when you flare balls. Those are the two things to stop your forward momentum. Make sure that you land on this foot and you stop that forward momentum, make sure you start earlier. That's how to not get over that front side and how you can stay back.